In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on March 11, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Missouri versus Alabama. The first semifinal in the Southeastern Conference tournament on Saturday will pit the 4th-seeded Missouri Tigers taking on the 1st-seeded Alabama Crimson Tide. Missouri reached the semifinals after a win over 5th-seeded Tennessee on Friday afternoon. Meanwhile, Alabama arrives here after easily handling Mississippi State on Friday afternoon. Missouri is 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 neutral site games, while the over is 14-5 in their last 19 games following an against the spread win. Alabama is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games overall and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games following an against the spread win, while the over is 9-2 in their last 11 neutral site games. The reality is that Missouri, while performing well the last couple of games, for the most part hasn't been the same team away from home and on a neutral floor. The Alabama Crimson Tide continue to execute and just made light work of a really good Mississippi State team. The last time that these programs faced off against one another, the Crimson Tide were able to pick up a 21-point road win and should be able to dominate once again. Alabama has a great culture in their program and has the best player in Brandon Miller, who has been stepping up with a 40.4 3-point percentage throughout the year and is a top 5 talent in the NBA draft. Missouri is not going to be able to contain him, and Miller should absolutely dominate. So the Alabama Crimson Tide to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. These teams have been doing well at getting a hand in their opponent's face, as Missouri is 185th in the country with a 44.4 field goal percentage against, while Alabama is 3rd in NCAA with a 37.7 opposing field goal percentage. Both teams are defending well lately as well, with the Crimson Tide allowing 67 points in their last 3 games, while the Tigers are giving up 70 points in their previous 5 games. The under has hit in 7 of the last 10 Tigers games against teams with a winning record, as well as in 6 of the previous 7 Crimson Tide games following an against the spread win. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Cincinnati versus Houston. The first semifinal matchup in the Atlantic Coast Conference tournament gives us 4-seed Cincinnati versus 1-seed Houston. The Bearcats ran wild on Temple, grabbing an 84-54 win to advance. The Cougars outlasted an upset-minded East Carolina 60-46, losing against the spread as -22 favorites. These two teams haven't seen each other since the end of January, when Houston swept the season series. The Bearcats are 8-24 against the spread in their last 32 Saturday games and 19-7 against the spread in their last 26 games overall. The Cougars are 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 Saturday games and 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games overall. The over is 6-2-1 in Bearcats' last 9 overall. The under is 9-4 in Cougars' last 13 Saturday games. The favorite is 7-1 against the spread in the last 8 meetings. There's no doubt in my mind Houston wins this game. I just have a feeling this veteran Cincinnati team feels the pressure and shows up. If the Bearcats bow out here, they could become casualties on the bubble, while if they perform well, even a strong effort versus the top team in the country would help plead their case this Sunday. The Houston Cougars blowing the doors off here would surprise nobody, but this is a lot of points to give a solid Cincinnati side. This will be just the second time the Cincinnati Bearcats are going to be double-digit underdogs. The Houston Cougars are 4-8 against the spread as double-digit favorites. Houston is battle-tested, but Cincinnati comes into this one with their backs against the wall, and they're going to give it their all. So the Cincinnati Bearcats to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Bearcats are averaging 77 points per game and 71 points per game on the road. They average 61 points per game in their last 3 games against the Cougars. They play at a fast pace, averaging 71.9 possessions per game, and they're facing a team that is giving up 59.5 points per game on the road, so expect them to be held under their average in this game. The Cougars are averaging 76 points per game and 74 points per game on the road. They average 72 points per game in their last 3 games against the Bearcats. They play at a slower pace, averaging 66.3 possessions per game, and they're facing a team that is giving up 74 points per game on the road, so don't expect them to score enough points to push the score past the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Vanderbilt versus Texas Agricultural and Mechanical. In the day's second semifinal, the 6th-seeded Vanderbilt Commodores will take on the 2nd-seeded Texas Aggies for the right to get to the Southeastern Conference Tournament title game. Vanderbilt upset Kentucky for the 2nd time this season on Friday night to reach the semifinal. Meanwhile, the Aggies were able to take down Arkansas to get to this game. For Vanderbilt head coach Jerry Stackhouse, it's the biggest game of his 4-year tenure, as a win would likely secure the Commodores a spot in the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2017, a feat that seemed unreachable at the end of January. After suffering 3 consecutive losses and bringing their overall record to 10-11, Vanderbilt's hopes and dreams of the big dance seemed all but over, but the Commodores took it one game at a time and before long started piling on win after win, finishing the season with 10 wins in their last 11 games. Joe Lunardi may have the Commodores as one of the first 4 out, but this is a team that nobody wants to play at the moment. Maybe the only other team in the Southeastern Conference that's been as hot as Vanderbilt are the Texas Aggies, led by head coach Buzz Williams. The Aggies actually have more losses this season in non-conference games than they do in the Southeastern Conference and have been hotter than a bottle rocket since right after Christmas. The Texas Aggies have gone 18-3 since December 27th, including a 72-66 win over Vanderbilt. Behind Brandon Miller of Alabama, Wade Taylor IV might be the most talented guard in the Southeastern Conference and is averaging 16 points per game for the Aggies. Those talents were on full display last night as he went for 18, even on a night where he didn't knock down any of his 4 3-point attempts. While Taylor IV is a force to be reckoned with, the guards for Vanderbilt have stepped on in a major way of late and could give the Aggies some problems if they put on the type of performance they had against Kentucky last night. Vanderbilt's 3 starting guards combined for 61 of their 80 points last night, led by Ezra Manjon, who dropped a season-high 25, even after losing leading scorer Liam Robbins for the season in their victory over Kentucky on March 1st. The Commodores have continued to win and play through their guards. I've seen enough from Vanderbilt to label them an NCAA tournament team, but a win today would leave no doubt for the voters. Vanderbilt has gone 9-2 against the spread over their last 11 games, while going a perfect 6-0 straight up as underdogs. I've bought into Jerry Stackhouse and his team's resilience and think they match up quite well with the Texas Aggies. I like Vanderbilt to keep it going with a quality showing in the rematch. Should be a fun one. So the Vanderbilt Commodores to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. These programs are playing at a pretty methodical pace as Vanderbilt is 231st in the country with 69 possessions per game, while the Texas Aggies is currently 240th in the nation with 68.8 possessions per game up to this point. Defending the 3 is critical, and both teams are doing well as the Aggies are 69th in the sport with a 32 3-point percentage against, while the Commodores are 29th in the nation with a 30.9 opposing 3-point percentage so far. The under has hit in 6 of the last 8 Commodores games against teams with a .600+ winning percentage, as well as 6 of the previous 8 Aggies games overall. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.